An ancient trail runs through the rugged lava flows of western New Mexico, connecting the pueblos of Zuni and Acoma. This hostile landscape has been traversed by many different people through the years, named El Malpais by Spanish explorers. Despite the harsh environment, ancient and historic ruins dot the valleys and mesa tops above, evidence of past human activity in the region. Join me today as we explore Pueblo Ruins, Petroglyphs, sandstone arches, and homesteads on the Sandstone Bluffs. Today, you're joining me at a Pueblo ruin on top of a mesa. This area has been settled by people for thousands of years. Initially, the valley below was populated by clan family settlements, pit structures, and small unit pueblos. Over time, these began to consolidate and became anchored by great houses, centralizing the community. While this site has never been excavated, there have been numerous archaeological investigations in the local area which helped contextualize this pueblo. Pottery shards are our best diagnostic here and scatter the surface of the site. The oldest pottery types I found are plain and banded grayware. These came into manufacture during the late basket maker era. Compared to woven material, simple gray pottery was a more economical vessel for cooking, storage, and carrying water. Notice the long horizontal bands on some pieces. Black on white pottery dominates the assemblage, a popular style from 950 to 1150 AD. The black on white ware can be characterized by a hard paste and well-polished white slip. These are tempered by quartz sand or other potsherds, sometimes with fine black basalt fragments. Designs are executed in black mineral paint and commonly include fine lines and geometric elements. I located one polychrome shard, which seemed out of place to me. Perhaps this pot was traded for and not locally made. Many Pueblo ruins are found in the greater area, and perhaps contemporaries of the site wear out today. The most well-known being the Dittert site. Sometime between 1000 to 1300 AD, this pueblo was built and occupied. The ruin is an L-shaped masonry structure that was 2 stories high and consisted of 30 to 35 rooms with a kiva. The Dittert site is one of more than 60 in the Armijo Canyon, anchoring the community. Interestingly, it may have been built atop of an older ruin with ties to Chaco Canyon. Also occurring within the confines of El Malpais is Candelaria Pueblo, constructed between 1050 to 1100 AD. The great house is comprised of a 2-story structure with perhaps 80 rooms total. Surrounding Candelaria is also a substantial community. In the neighboring El Morro National Monument, Atzona Pueblo was built on top of the mesa there and occupied between 1275 to 1350 AD. 18 rooms were excavated in the 1950s, including a round and square kiva. While only a small portion was studied, this pueblo had over 355 rooms. Further away to the north is Casamero Pueblo, a genuine Chaco Canyon outlier. This 2-story L-shaped great house was built around 1050 to 1100 AD, consisting of 22 ground floor rooms with 2 kivas, one enclosed in the structure and an unexcavated great kiva. Determining the exact size of this ruin we are at today is difficult, but a rough estimate may be between 20 to 40 rooms, with at least one appearing as a kiva depression. This pueblo is positioned on top of the bluff, offering an advantageous view of the valley below. This vantage point allows for high visibility of anyone approaching, whether it be friend, foe, or those looking to trade. Along with Pueblo ruins, more recent habitation structures are also found here, on top of and below the Sandstone Bluffs. The Great Depression of the 1930s drew newcomers to the area in search of a better life during westward expansion, where New Mexico was one of the few remaining places to build under the Homestead Act. While some families were able to take advantage of this promise, They eventually left their homes behind, succumbing to the fate of time. Remnants of these cottage dot el Malpais today. The Garrett homestead was constructed in 1934 on top of the bluffs. Just like Pueblo Ruins, pottery shards can also be found at these historic sites, giving us material insight into domestic life. Just like the homestead we saw on top of the Sandstone Bluffs, this is another 1930s Depression-era homestead, a testament to westward expansion. El Malpais National Monument preserves a rugged and dramatic landscape of volcanic fields, lava tubes, and sandstone arches. When Spanish explorers came into what is now western New Mexico, they named the area El Malpais for the Badlands or Bad Country. This region is of both geologic and historic interest, and we survey both today on the Sandstone Bluffs. Dakota sandstone under our feet was formed during the Cretaceous period, a time when dinosaurs still roamed the earth. Water and wind slowly erode away the softer parts of the rock, leaving behind several dramatic arches in the monument. This is contrasted with comparatively recent volcanic activity of the McCarty lava flows, only 2,000 to 3,000 years old. Shallow depressions in the sandstone fill with rainwater and create their own micro-ecosystems called tinajas. Inhabitants that exploit these pools have adopted very short life cycles, some only 10 days long, to hatch, mature, mate, lay eggs, or leave entirely before the pool dries again. Crustaceans, such as fairy shrimp, have adapted to this habitat by laying drought-tolerant eggs, which can lose more than 90% of their internal water and still remain viable. After adult shrimp are long gone, the eggs lie dormant in dusty pools, waiting for water to return, upon which they rehydrate and hatch into the next generation, continuing the life cycle before water disappears once more. Looking to the west from the bluffs, you will see the Zuni Mountains, past the lava-filled valley below. A rugged ancestral footpath runs through it, connecting Acoma to Zuni, some 73 miles apart. Today, much of the trail is gone, but about 8 continuous miles remains crossing the lava. The path is often difficult to find, so following rock-piled cairns is essential to navigation, passing over bridges spanning crevices in the lava. The journey out to Zuni would have been well worth your while. Imagine entering the valley of the 7 cities of Cibola. Pueblos rise up like giant mounds of anthills on the horizon. Perhaps your destination was Hawiku, a massive trade center of the time, where you sought to acquire an ever-prized commodity, salt. During ancient times, the trail would have extended further east, connecting the Laguna villages as well, and perhaps beyond. One archaeological season, my friend found himself slightly under budget. Like many funded projects, if you don't use it, you lose it. So at the end of the season, they took a small Cessna plane out to scout more of the Acoma Zuni Trail from the skies. While much of the former trail has been obliterated, additional rock cairns were located, continuing on from the segment preserved here in El Malpais. Notice, if you will, the peck technique used to inscribe some petroglyphs. Hammer and chisel implements were used to make these designs. Pecking is considered the older technique of creating petroglyphs, which later fell out of style to simply scraping out the images. Icons of birds dominate this panel, and I especially enjoyed the ducks in a row scene. The prominent human figure with hands raised holds a similar posture to many other petroglyphs I've seen in the region. At nearby sites, you will find similar stick figures with and without tails, perhaps a reference to the salamander-like Zuni ancestors, who had their tails and scales removed to expedite their search for the middle place. The petroglyph panel is shaded, which was a nice relief from the otherwise exposed mesa top. The Sandstone Bluff is home to a variety of wildlife, including birds, mule deer, elk, prairie dogs, black bear, mountain lions, and coyotes. Birds of prey can often be seen enjoying the thermal updrafts near the mesa. Drive the area with caution, as I often see the prairie dogs darting across the road, seemingly with a death wish. Reptiles, amphibians, and butterflies can also be found here. A pinyon juniper woodland populates the hill slopes and valleys, and many cactus were in bloom during this trip. From pueblos to homesteads, diverse groups of people have made the Sandstone Bluffs their home, demonstrating human resilience in a challenging environment. Numerous other archaeological sites exist within El Malpais that warrant our further exploration and discussion. If you found this video insightful, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I look forward to sharing the next adventure with you.